Hey, g'day, it's Prezzo. Thanks for stopping by. Now, something important happened this week. My subscriber count on this channel went through 30,000. In fact, it's about 31,000 at the moment. Now, a large part of that is due to a promotion that I got from Quinn Dunkey at Blondie Hacks. She mentioned my channel on a couple of her videos, and in the space for about 2 weeks, I picked up about another 500 subscribers. So I must thank Quinn publicly for giving me that promotion. And it does help, when you get somebody else who's been watching your videos and they tell other people about it. I think it's all part of the YouTube community, and we all try to help each other out. Now, one of the things I like to do when I reach a milestone like that is to give something away to you, the viewers. And I've got some goodies that I want to share with you, and I'll show you those in a minute. But first of all, I want to show you something else that arrived all the way from California in the United States. Now, you'll have to excuse me, I opened this box already, and when I saw who it was from, I couldn't wait to see what was inside. Now, you may know that when you have a YouTube channel and you reach a certain milestone, the YouTube team will send you one of those beautiful play button plaques. And if you get to 100,000 subscribers, you get a silver one. Now, I didn't expect a silver one, but this is what I got. And, well, seriously, I think they're into recycling at YouTube these days. This is a lovely cardboard play button, and it's got a personalised plaque on it here. It says to Mike Presling. That's Mark, but that's all right. And okay, I haven't got my channel name. That's okay, but it has got the number of subscribers right, so that's a good thing. So yeah, that's lovely. Now there is a letter that came with this, and it says, "Dear Mike, Mark, congratulations on passing 30,000 subscribers on your awesome YouTube channel. To commemorate such an outstanding achievement, the team has sent you this fiber-based play button plaque." And then it says, "P.S. We note that you are not currently taking advantage of our partnership program, and have you considered making any funny cat videos?" No. Anyway, it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, isn't it? So we'll look at where this is going to go at the end of the video. Alright, here's a close look at the stuff that I want to be able to give away. Now I'm going to do 4 prize packs. The first prize pack will include this lathe tool setting device. Now I made this in a previous video. It was part of the Rough Cut 2022 hashtag video entry, and there's a link in the description below to that video and also up above there now. And if you win that first prize pack, you will get this tool here. Now I understand that not everybody owns a lathe, but I'm guessing that if you watch my channel, you're either thinking about getting a lathe or you already own one. And this little tool here will help you to set your lathe tools on center, and it will work for both regular and inverted tools. Now if you check out the video that I did, I'll show you how it works. Now I must say that I got lots and lots of comments about this, and there were ever so many people that said this was a bit overdone, and you can achieve the same result using much simpler methods on your lathe. And yes, that is absolutely true. I don't disagree with that. But this was about making something nice to give away to my viewers. Now, I made 2 of these, one for myself and one to give away. And at the end of this video, I want to show you some of the methods that were suggested to me for setting lathe tools without a tool like this. But for the time being, that's going to be in the first prize pack. Okay, the rest of the things that you can see here were donated to me by a gentleman named James Long. James runs a company called Boring Research, and quite a few years ago now, when I bought my Bridgeport mill, I bought one of his beautiful spindle squares. I'll just show you. So this is the tool that I bought from James, and this allows you to set the head on a knee-type milling machine accurately, and you can set it square in both the tilt and the nod position. And it's beautifully made, and like I say, I bought it. He didn't send it to me for nothing, but I thought it was a really, really well-made tool, and it does the job that you expect it to do. It's got some unique features that you may not find in some other tools of this type. But ever since then, I've stayed in touch with James, and he often emails me and we talk about machining and products in general. And just recently he sent me some of these tools to give away, and I thought you, the viewers, might appreciate them. Anyway, that's a spindle square. So what he has sent me are 2 of these little rotary demagnetizing tools. Now, I made one of these on a video. In fact, I made two of them, and they utilize some neodymium magnets, super strong magnets, and there are four of them positioned underneath this plastic cap here, and the poles of the magnets are alternating. So as it spins around, it presents a north pole, south pole, north pole, south pole on the work that you're hoping to demagnetize or degauss. And you just run it in a lathe or a cordless drill or a drill press, doesn't matter, and you can spin it at whatever RPM you like. I don't think there's any optimum RPM, but these will quickly demagnetize tools like screwdrivers, scribers, Allen keys or Allen wrenches, if you like to call them that. And these are beautifully made. They're 3D printed. The backs of them are 3D printed anyway, and I believe that James uses a nylon powder type 3D printing technology, and the definition on the back of that is beautiful. So there are two of those to give away. Now, he also sent me one of these little magnetic pickup tools. Now, he says that these are really useful for people like electrical technicians. When you're drilling out holes in electrical junction boxes and so on, it leaves behind a lot of fine swarf, metal swarf, which could be dangerous around high voltage. And the idea is that you can simply pick up that swarf using this end of the tool here. So let me show you that in more detail. So there it is there. So inside there is one of those super strong N95 magnets. And once you've picked up the chips, you can then withdraw that handle and it pulls the magnet back inside the body here, and the chips just fall off the end. So these are also really useful for picking up fine screws. As long as they're magnetic screws, you can pick them up out of small trays. If you drop something under a bench, you can sort of fish around for it with this, and you can just quickly drop the material off the end of the tool there, and you can sort through and find the part you were looking for. So there's one of those. It comes with its own little cap, and you can put that in your pocket, in your apron or whatever, and it's really handy. I've got one of these as well, but I don't think it came with a cap, but it doesn't matter. And once again, this is 3D printed in a nylon powder. Again, beautifully made, and if you look at the detail on the body of that, and then you consider that that's 3D printed, it looks like an injection molded part. So again, beautifully made. So there's one of those, including the little the pocket pouch for it as well. Now, James also sent me a number of these magnetic stickers. Now, these can go on your lathe, and they allow you to set the depth of cut for a metric or imperial thread. And on the table there, it will actually give you the TPI of the thread that you are cutting. It will give you the depth of thread that you want to cut, and then it will also give you the feed depth. So on the compound slide, as long as you pick up the correct column there, you can feed the tool in the number of divisions it shows in that column there, and that will bring you very, very close to the size thread that you want. Now, you still need to check that with some sort of like a nut or like a thread gauge, but it will get you very, very close. Now, there's the metric equivalent there as well. So it doesn't matter whether you're cutting imperial or metric threads, you should be able to get very, very close just by reading off the dial on the compound, which is always, it's a bit hit and miss sometimes when you're cutting a thread. If you overshoot, the thread's too loose and you scrap that part. This at least gives you some sort of guide. Now, there are 4 of those little magnetic stickers there, and they're nice and flexible. They'll fit onto the the curved body of a headstock quite easily, or the chip tray, or wherever you want to put it. Toolbox next to the lathe, doesn't matter. So I've got 4 of those to give away. Also got a bunch of stickers. Now, I don't know if you ever watch Kimber Zelek's channel, but he sent me a ton of these, and he said, please send them out. Send them out next time you're sending out stickers of any kind. And the thing I love about them is the colour. So I've got a ton of those to give away. I'll send you some of my stickers as well. So that's it. So 4 prize packs, and the deal is that what you need to do is to leave a comment on this video, and I want you to put the name of my metal lathe at the top of the comment. Give you a clue. Okay, well, there's the name of my lathe. It's Colchester. So all you need to do is to leave that word Colchester at the top of the comment that you leave on today's video, and I will pick 4 people using an online tool. Now, that tool allows me to filter out comments using a keyword. So I'll just put keyword Colchester and it will pick 4 people. Now this time I'm going to make those prizes available only to subscribers. Now in the past I've made the prizes available to anyone who watches, but in this case I want to reward the subscribers who stayed with me ever since I started this channel. And I know that there are people who watch every single video I do, even the crap ones, and I want to reward those people. So if you are not a subscriber, you know what to do. And I should tell you that I've got over 200 videos on my channel, and they're very diverse, so I cover lots and lots of different topics. It's all about making things, and I make clocks, I make steam engines, aircraft engines, I do metal plating, powder coating, you name it. There's all sorts of different stuff on there, so there's bound to be something that interests you. So that's it. 2 weeks from today, get your comments in, and we'll be in touch. Now I'm going to go over to the lathe. We're going to have a look at this lathe tool height setter and address some of the comments that came in on the last video. After I did that video on this lathe tool height setter, I got so many comments from people who suggested that what I had done was over the top and unnecessary, and they said there's a far simpler way, and the method they suggested was simply to trap a 6-inch scale, we call them a steel rule, but to trap that between the workpiece and the tip of the tool, and then just adjust the tool height until the scale or the rule is standing vertically. Now that absolutely works, and there's no reason why you shouldn't do that. There are some situations where it doesn't work though, and I want to show you those. The other issue is that it's still approximate. Now you really need to get your head round to the side and look at the rule from the headstock end or the tailstock end to be sure that it is truly vertical. If it's not, you're going to have the tool tip either too low or too high. And then you have the same problem. You face the part off, there's a little pip in the center there, you got to mess around with it and do a couple of trial cuts. Now the other thing is that let's just assume that this part has already been machined to length, and there's a critical dimension there which you can't alter. So you don't have that ability to be able to take trial cuts and adjust the tool tip up and down. So yes, that works, but let's look at a situation where it doesn't work. So in this case I've got some hex stock in the 3-jaw chuck, or it could be some square stock, or it could be some odd shaped chunk of material held in a 4-jaw or on a faceplate. So in those situations, yeah, it doesn't work. So if you consider that I can't really get the steel rule method to work on that hex stock there, you might say, well, just use the tailstock center here. Now with this particular tool, which is an insert tool, I really can't get the tip of the tool against the body of the tailstock center itself. Now you could say, well, just run it back beyond that and use the tailstock barrel itself. Now I can do that, but here's the thing, right? This is a fairly expensive insert, and I'm running it up against a hardened steel rule, and if you overdo that, there's a chance you could blow the end right off that insert. So I don't like that idea. High-speed steel tooling, yeah, you probably get away with it, but yeah, for me it's just awkward. And it means that whatever setting you've got on your tailstock at the time, if you've got different tooling in there, you've got to remove it all, you've got to run the barrel all the way out, you've got to sort of move the position of the tool relative to the work which you may have already started, and if you don't have a DRO, you're going to lose your position. So although this method works and it's fine for some situations, it doesn't work in all of them. This is another method that was given to me in the comments. A lot of people just said use the tailstock center to set the tool tip height. Now in my case I can't quite get the tool tip onto the center here itself because the dovetail on the tool post runs into the end of the tailstock barrel. And even though I get it close, it's still very subjective. You've got to sort of look at it, you've got to feel it. You're likely to get it close. In this particular case, this tailstock center is slightly blunt on the end, so it's not going to be absolute. So let me just reiterate on what I was doing with that lathe tool setter, and then we'll wind up. Okay, here's one of the diamond tool holders. It's set up in a quick change tool post, and here's the tool setter, and you can put this either in the tailstock chuck or the headstock chuck, it doesn't matter. And you just simply bring the setting screw down on top of the tool tip, and then you can adjust your tool holder up and down in the quick change tool post until the bubble is in the center of the level. With these diamond tool holders, you can also slacken off the clamp screw, and you can move the whole tool up and down in the tool holder until you're satisfied you got it level. Now some people question how accurate these bubble levels were, and they are cheap. I bought them on eBay. I bought 5 of them at a time, and I had to buy them sight unseen. Now when they arrived, the bubble is not exactly the same length as the graduations on the top of the bubble level. So there's a little bit of parallax error, and there's also just a little bit of discrepancy between the length of the bubble and the length of the graduations. And you do have to look down directly on top to get it absolutely perfect. But at the end of the day, just about every method I could think of for doing this is still approximate. Some are better than others, and this is just another way of doing it. So like I say, whatever works for you, keep doing that. In my case, in my workshop, this works well. Okay, that's it. Now, I'm sure that's going to attract more comments. You know, people are going to disagree with what I've said here. That's fine. We all got our own ways of doing things. Just quickly want to show you this tool. This was sent in to me by a viewer who made his version of what I had shown in my video. And what I like about his tool is that he's used little brass pads to cover up these setting screws here. So in my version, these are socket head screws that have had the socket machined off, but that steel is quite hard, and what you don't want to do is to run an insert tool up against that or against its edge there and blow the end off the tool. So having the brass there sort of gives you that little bit of added protection. But I think he's done a fantastic job with his version, and I'm sure that there are lots of other ways of making a similar tool using whatever materials you've got lying around your workshop. Okay, I'm going to finish up now, and let's see where we can hang up that beautiful YouTube plaque. Now I've got some room there on that door. It could sort of go over on the French cleats there, maybe up next to the map, but I don't know, it seems to fit really well on the door there. I'm just annoyed they spelled my name wrong, you know. Oh, alright, I'll work out where it needs to go. That's where it belongs.